Hello YouTubers, lovely early morning, still dark but hopefully at this time in the morning later on it will be light as we progress through the year, as we progress through 2020, but we're heading today to Bath to get some training in, oh yeah! And we've made it to Bath to get our lift on, so let's get straight into it and get swole, oh yeah! Cheers, Dave. There. And we've made it outside of the gym with a lovely squat workout today to improve the strength of the legs, which are very, very important in the rowing stroke. It's not just about arms, it's not just about legs, it's a full body workout. But now, as always, after any session, it's time to fuel up because remember, food is fuel. Oh, yeah. And we've finished fueling up. Yam has turned into a husky, and after fueling up we have to chill out between sessions. So we had weights this morning, working on the legs. Again, rowing is definitely an all body workout, but for me my legs are proportionally weaker to my upper body, I would say, in the rowing stroke. And we've got a little bit of Fortnite as well to play. Absolutely fantastic. And I would just say thank you so much to all the support from the YAMSQUAD. When I put the video up about not doing team training at the start of the year, so many people have just given advice or support or whatever it is as part of the YAMSQUAD, which is really good to see, and it's a really positive sort of part of my motivation, and hopefully it's just a circle. So you give me motivation, I give you motivation, and it all works in a positive cycle, if that makes sense. But now, just going to chill out, play a bit of Fortnite. And as you can tell from the title, we've got a 4x4 minute workout on the erg, which is an interesting one, and I'll discuss it a little bit after the workout itself. Oh yeah. And the rain is back, it's time to get inside, it's chucking it down. And we've made it into the gym, onto the rowing machine, setting up the erg for 4x4 minutes, but not just equal rest. 4 minutes rest after the first one, 5 minutes rest after the second one, 6 minutes rest after the third one, and then unlimited rest after the last one. But to set that up on the erg, you're going to have to go into intervals variable so you can change the values in each interval. So it'll be 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes, 0 minutes, and it should come up with this screen at the end to set you up. But now, just going to pad a little bit and then get on to the first one. The real focus here for us is getting the heart rate right at the correct rates. So rating 32, 34, 36, 38 for each interval, and then making sure the heart rate isn't through the roof on the first one, but then making sure you're still pushing quite hard on the last one, but again, not 200 in the last one, a little bit down. Hopefully that makes sense. But now I'm going to set the camera down, we're going to get on to the first one. And that is the first one done, and your screen should look like this. One interval down, 135 split, 159 average heart rate, 170 max, which is within the range that we've been given for this one, and then basically stepping up about 5% of your max heart rate each one, so around 10 beats give or take, depending on your max heart rate. But basically it gets harder. It gets easier to push that heart rate higher because the rate is higher, if that makes sense. But I'm taking more strokes per minute, roughly probably about 31, a little bit low on that one, and then next one to push 34. So let's get to it. And a little bit faster on that one, half a split,
Didn't record the actual piece, missed it, but the rate was a bit easier to hit, but definitely feeling the weights this morning and the weights I've been doing for the last few days in the legs, so it's a little bit less springy. But like I said at the start, the focus is a heart rate, so that one was 168 average, 180 peak. So we're approaching the highest we want for this workout. So for this next one, stepping up 2 pips again, rate 36. Trying to keep the heart rate only a little bit higher, not much. So that was almost 170 average versus the last one, almost 165 average. So keep on pushing, keeping the rate, and then seeing how we can get on. See if we can hold on, because it might be a case of one of these workouts where you finish the workout and that's the achievement rather than blasting through. So like I said, keeping the heart rate, keeping the rate. The split is a product of those, not the split first. Okay, 2.5 minutes left to rest, and then we get on to the next one. And the rests are bigger on these ones, so 5 minutes on this one, 6 minutes on the next one, which can really make a big difference. So have confidence in yourself. Yes, the first two is probably quite difficult. You've got a whole extra minute on this next one and a whole another extra minute on the next one to rest. So let's see if that helps. And another one down, a little bit faster again, this time 0.7. And it's quite difficult. So that time, the average heart rate, 173, max 185, so a little bit higher again, which makes sense because we went a little bit faster and it was a little bit harder. So now one more left. Now we've almost got 4 minutes of rest left compared to the first one where we only had 4 minutes. Now we have 6 minutes and almost 2 minutes of that. 6 minutes are done. And we need to go again. This time trying to average 38. Last time I did this workout, I hadn't done weights yet. And the weights are making it a little bit heavier to achieve that rate. And so this one I want to try and push and keep that rate. I think I'm probably about one lower, 31, 33, 35 rather than 32, 4, 6. So in this next one, going for 37, 38 and trying not to just do a last big 10 just to jack the heart rate up and get the split down. More trying to be reasonably consistent, maybe a small negative split, but not a huge one. So I'm going to enjoy the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds to rest before the next piece and the final piece. And finished the last one. Average 177, peak 188 with a slightly faster 32.6. So 34, 30, 35, 33, 34, 30, 32.6. But again, the split is a byproduct right now of the rate and of the heart rate, and I want to talk about that in a later video about heart rate and heart rate training. I've spoke about it before, but it is depending on the type of training you're doing, you can vary your heart rate into said training to make sure you're training in the right zones rather than thinking you're in the right zones and actually you're not. Obviously, like I've said before, heart rate isn't the be all and end all, but it is a hugely impactful way to measure your intensity. But now, as always after a session, it's time to recover, and what does recovering entail. It requires food, because remember food is fuel, and probably sitting down and breathing some little bit. So I'll see you after a little bit of recovery and after a little bit of food. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm chowing down to some lovely dinner this evening because remember, food is fuel even for Yam. Yam being a growing Great Dane. But today, pretty good workout on the row machine, 4x4 minutes. Building through the rates. I'll put a sort of description in the description of the workout if you want to try it out. Again, what the focus was today was the heart rate and the rate, not necessarily the split. The split will be a focus eventually. But also, I'm going to put a question on my Instagram story of, we had a discussion today of how much do you think you can improve your 2K in a month or just over a month, maybe even 2 months. So I'll put a question on my Instagram story, and if you want to go ahead over there to answer said question, and I'm going to chat about that in an upcoming video and involve some of the answers. Hopefully that'll be pretty interesting. Just another thing I'm going to try and input into the videos and involve more of the YAMSQUAD. But like I said earlier, I really appreciate all of the support from the YAMSQUAD. It's been absolutely amazing up to now, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do going forward. And that will be it for today's episode, YAMSQUAD. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and as always, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I will see you tomorrow for episode 5 of season 5.